Could the kryptonite to the mighty Valentina Shevchenko already be heading towards the UFC? The Bullet is the undisputed queen of flyweight MMA. But more and more people are starting to see Dakota Ditcheva as a nightmare matchup for her. The question we have is, are they right? This is Fighting is Art. Let's get into it. Valentina Shevchenko. What can we say about Valentina Shevchenko that hasn't already been said? She's a two-time flyweight queen, a dominant presence at 125 pounds, and perhaps the most well-rounded female fighter active in the sport today. Her background in Muay Thai saw her achieve elite-level success over and over, and since transitioning to MMA, the speed at which she has picked up wrestling and BJJ skills has been astonishing. She is the greatest 125-pound fighter of all time, and it's hard to pick out the fighter who comes in second place. There is a huge gap between herself and her competition, and though she is getting older, her performances don't seem to show it. Dakota Ditcheva. Dakota Ditcheva is one of the most exciting prospects in MMA, at any weight division or of either gender. She is a relentless striker with innate finishing instincts, and her background in Muay Thai gives her mastery of many different weapons at many different ranges. It was only a matter of time before she claimed the PFL strawweight title and became one of their biggest stars in the process. And in recent months, she's starting to build up some serious hype, making everyone wonder when Dana White and his team will come a-knockin'. Strengths and weaknesses, Valentina Shevchenko. Strengths for Valentina Shevchenko are plentiful, and when it comes to her striking, she might just have the technical advantage over every single other flyweight on the planet. Her experience over 5 rounds is a truly invaluable part of her game, something she will hold over Dakota on every possible level. And Valentina's ground game is pretty compared to most strikers to enter MMA. She's mauled fighters with far more credentials than Ditcheva in the past. She's got a wide range of submissions in her arsenal too, having beaten many of her challengers on the mat. She is perhaps the only fighter in the sport who could match Ditcheva at range, and the threat of the takedown could well open up some very interesting gaps in her opponent's defense. Key performances, Valentina Shevchenko. What Valentina Shevchenko did to Jessica Andrade was a truly dominant performance against a credible threat in the division. Andrade was seen as the premier physical force, not just at flyweight, but in women's MMA entirely, capable of competing at 115 pounds, right up to 135. And yet, Valentina was able to totally maul her in there, showcasing just how important world-class technique is when you're dealing with a powerhouse. It didn't take long for Shevchenko to assert herself, and once she did, moving towards the finish was a mere formality. But if you're looking for the most violent moment in Shevchenko's catalog, her finish of Jessica I was exactly that. I was outgunned in more than one department here, and Shevchenko clearly knew it. But her kill shot of choice was truly a thing of beauty. A violent moment, as good as any knockout in the year in question. Jessica I was a solid fighter at the time, but no athlete takes a KO like that and comes out without major damage to their confidence. Strength and weaknesses, Dakota Ditcheva. Dakota is an absolute killer in the cage and a much more dangerous striker at 125 pounds than Shevchenko. She has only ever been to a decision once, and it's not usually because of some ungodly power she possessed, but instead because of her natural finishing instincts. If she gets her opponents hurt, it's very probable that the finish is not far behind. The questions over her experience in the grappling department remain, but she has shown at certain points that she's competent. We don't know much about her 5-round cardio or game planning, but that's only because she's been so deadly early on, which is not exactly her fault. Key performances, Dakota Ditcheva. Danielle Skititsi had a very tough assignment in front of her, and her early pressure was clearly only getting her tagged.
Skititsi in the stands, coming out aggressive. Nice.
Early attempts to wrestle Dakota did not produce the results she was expecting.
Got the hands locked. See if she can get Dakota cage. Put her on her back.
And when she finally broke free, she punished her opponent for even trying.
Strategy talks about Brendan. Exactly. Good work by Dakota maintaining balance. And look at that.
Dakota was truly on fire here, at range, in close, everywhere.
Tried to drag Valentina. Oh, nice right hand. Straight through.
Beautiful from Dakota. Beautiful punch. Let's go get that.
She messed up Skatizi's eye so badly that the ref called the fight off then and there.
That eye, guys, we might not see number 2 with that eye looking at the judge. I think the doctor's going to step in and stop this.
Dakota Ditcheva!
Chelsea Hackett was clearly dealing with some technical and physical deficits coming into this one.
In the black kit, Chelsea Hackett with that push kick fight. Straight away with the low kicks. Attacks the low leg. Oh! Straight right hand! Hackett trying to...
But she did try her best to stifle Dakota early by pushing her up against the fence.
Behind Dakota. Dakota's trying to dig that left elbow in, trying to turn herself to...
All she was doing was delaying the inevitable.
Work here by Chelsea Hackett to keep Dakota Ditcheva defensive in this position. So many opponents.
Little did she know that Ditcheva was ready to give her a taste of her own medicine.
Dakota Ditcheva and Chelsea Hackett. Ditcheva makes the playoffs with a win of any kind.
And as soon as Ditcheva found her opening, she ripped through Hackett's defenses.
Those knees are brutal. Oh, nasty combination. And the body work, and that's good.
Fight prediction. So how does this one play out? Well, both women will be very confident in their skills on the feet, but the wrestling of Shevchenko could skew things. A big factor in this fight is whether Dakota fears the takedown or not, because if Valentina can get her thinking about the shot, then perhaps it'll open up opportunities to land. The age of Shevchenko translates into excellent championship experience, but at the same time, 37 is by no means an ideal age for a flyweight. Would prime Shevchenko have an even better chance? Maybe, maybe not. But for our money, Dakota is more aggressive and dangerous than any of Valentina's past opponents, and her killer instinct and technical skills could well make her the most difficult stylistic clash possible for the Bullet right now. With all of that in mind, we'll have to side with the youth of Ditcheva, possibly by way of a second-round TKO, after a competitive feeling-out process in round 1. But what do you guys think about this super fight? And do you think we'll see it in the future? Would you back the youth and danger levels of Ditcheva or the tried and tested excellence of the UFC champ Shevchenko? Let us know in the comments below, and thanks for watching.